Well, we are waking up to some great news this morning, and you, News 2 viewers, are to thank for this. Now, about a month ago during the Good Morning Show, we asked for your help to collect food for the Servant Center, a Greensboro-based organization that helps feed homeless vets.
And you more than answered the call, and WFMY News 2's Patrick Philippi is at the Servant Center and Market America to celebrate thousands of pounds of food that will help folks in need in our community.
Good morning. Yes, I'm here at Market America, and this is what 2,500 pounds of food looks like. This will go to the Servant Center, who helps feed homeless veterans and other people in need in our community. I'm here with Ashley Wiley from the Servant Center and Joan Stanley with Market America. Ashley, people hear about food drives a lot. I don't think they understand how great the need is in our community specifically.
In the Greensboro High Point community, metropolitan community, we are top 4 in the nation of those that report food insecurity. 1 in 4 children will go to bed tonight hungry, and so we are just so appreciative of Market of America that have seen this burden and is locking arms with us to meet this need in our community.
That statistic of 1 in 4 kids will go to bed hungry tonight is just unbelievable to wrap your head around. How do you guys, how do you deliver this food, and what kind of people will this go to?
Well, this food goes to over 600 and 700 people that are suffering from food insecurity in our Piedmont Triad community. And so our food pantry, and we also have an international food pantry, will take this food, and they have been gracious enough to even label it and weigh it for us and all of that. And we also service our veteran community. We have a 21 transitional housing program of homeless and disabled veterans, and they also can graduate to our permanent supportive housing program. So it just helps to fulfill our vision and mission, which is to enable those, the homeless, the oppressed, the vulnerable, and the disabled.
Joan will finish up quickly here. The goal was 2,000 pounds. You smashed it with 2,500 pounds. How did this come to be?
And we have 2 days left. But we worked with the outside community who dropped off food here, thanks to your broadcast, as well as the employees. And then we did 2 off-site food drives at Harris Teeter and Food Lion.
All right, very good to wake up to good news this morning. Back to you guys.
Certainly is, and the Servant Center can always use your help. Food donations, volunteering, and web expertise are needed.
And you can find more information in the links section of digtriad.com. And we asked and you delivered. About a month ago, the Servant Center and Market America teamed up to feed homeless veterans, and we asked you, our viewers, to donate, and donate you did.
You helped bring in more than 2,000 pounds of food. This food will go directly to homeless vets who need it. And WFMY News 2's Patrick Philippi is with Market America and the Servant Center to celebrate the milestone. Patrick?
Good morning, guys. Waking up to some great news this morning. 2,500 pounds of food was collected here with Ashley Wiley with the Servant Center and Joan Stanley with Market America. The Servant Center helps work with homeless veterans. One thing people don't realize, I think, is our area is one of the most in need in the entire country for food, for people who need food.
Yes, in Greensboro alone, 1 in 4 children will go to bed hungry tonight, and we're actually top 4 in the nation that report food insecurity. So this is a great need, and we're just so glad that Market of America has locked arms with us so that we can provide those that are food insecure.
Joan, the community has really rallied together to make this happen. You told me one story in particular that is very inspiring that I want you to share.
Absolutely, absolutely. We were at Food Lion last weekend, and a young woman came up to us as we were standing outside of Food Lion, and she herself had received pantry assistance, and she got emotional and said, I'm going to do what I can, and she came out with a bag full of food. Again, I told her every little bit helps, so it was very nice and rewarding to see her be able to give back.
Right, and 2,500 pounds of food, which will go to a lot of people who need it, veterans, people in need in our community. You just heard from the statistic. You said 1 in 4 kids will be hungry tonight. Just unbelievable to think about. So a big thank you to News 2 viewers who donated and helped make this happen. Guys.
And stop for a moment to think about this statistic. There are more than 600,000 homeless veterans in the United States, and this is according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development. The Servant Center in Greensboro helps feed homeless veterans in our area, and this morning they are getting a big helping hand thanks to viewers like you and Market America employees who help collect 2,500 pounds of food. And WFMY News 2's Patrick Philippi is at Market America to tell us more.
Good morning. This is what 2,500 pounds of food looks like. A lot of this will go to help feed homeless veterans. Scott Van Norman is a veteran who served in the Navy, now works with Market America. So Scott, we see so many veterans that are homeless in our area. What do you think the biggest struggle is for veterans when they come home?
Well, actually, I think the biggest struggle for veterans is the fact, well, mainly it's the unemployment rate is very high. So the veterans coming home feel insecure about being able to provide for themselves and for their families.
Yeah. And when you came home and when you got out of the Navy, for you, what was the biggest struggle?
The biggest struggle for me was actually job training. I was in the nuclear power program as a mechanic, and because of my injuries, I can no longer do that. So fortunately, with my disability rating, the VA was able to retrain me and put me in a position that I can fulfill and actually become a useful member of society once again.
You work with a lot of veterans organizations in our area. What do you tell veterans who are struggling to get back on their feet?
There are a lot of people out there that are willing to help. There's a lot of organizations out there that are willing to help. And I guess the hardest part for me coming back was asking for the help. So for most of the veterans I see out there, I tell them, ask for the help. There's places out there that are available, are willing to help you. They just need to come out and help it.
That's an interesting point. So you think the hardest part is just asking for that help, sort of giving yourself up to have somebody else help you get back on your feet.
Exactly. For most of the members of the military, they're self-sufficient. They're used to being able to go out and do their jobs for themselves. And when they come back from service, a lot of them are not in a position that they can help themselves anymore, so they have to rely on other people. And a lot of it's the pride that they feel serving the country and coming back and having to ask for assistance.
All right, well, thank you for being here this morning, Scott, and thank you to News 2 viewers for helping bring in 2,500 pounds of food. Guys.